Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of the FizCast. I'm Andre.
I'm Logan.
I'm Zach.
I'm Colin.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the Fizz Kids.
We're the FizCast, dude.
So for our first topic, I'm talking about the explosion in Beirut. So on Tuesday,
August 4th, right?
August the 4th, there was an explosion in the port of Lebanon.
Yeah, it was the capital city.
I'm sorry, there was an explosion in the port of Beirut, which is the capital city of Lebanon.
Yes. So essentially, there was there was a warehouse, and it was packed full with metric tons of ammonium nitrate. And essentially, I don't know what started. I don't know if it caught fire.
I think it was fireworks.
Yeah,
of course.
But it exploded with the force of about 19% of Hiroshima, and basically just wiped out like the surrounding area. It actually carved a hole into the earth where there is now water from the ocean or the sea. And as of right now, I believe at least 100 people have died.
It's more than 100.
Yeah, I would assume it's like anyone in the surrounding area was probably vaporized almost immediately. Basically. Yeah, and 300,000 people are now without food because there was actually a food storage warehouse right next to where the explosion occurred, which actually blocked part of the. That's really funny, isn't it? It's blocked. It blocked part of the. It blocked part of the explosion, and it actually is one of the few buildings still standing in the surrounding area.
Yeah.
But it's actually like a really large humanitarian crisis that really needs everyone's help with. So if you can support the Red Cross or any other charities or AIDS, that would be much appreciated for the people of Lebanon.
And also, just as a disclaimer, they are laughing about something else. I think we should put that out there.
Yeah, we're honestly right now we're not laughing. This is a very serious matter, and there's no jokes aside.
No, we're not redoing it. We're going from how it is.
No, sometimes
I gotta be home.
So, have any of you actually seen like videos of the explosion?
Yeah, it was pretty whack.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay, we can't talk about this.
I mean, we.
No,
like-
we're going to talk about it. We're just
No.
Okay, 110%. Have you all seen a video of it?
Okay, well, if you actually seen it, it looks like a normal like fire is like pretty big, and you're like, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But then it explodes, and it literally looks like a nuke went off.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen the video where there was a person like driving near it, and they were having like a video like right outside their car, and all of a sudden it explodes and literally flips their car multiple times.
I've seen like videos like probably like 300 meters from the blast, and literally you can see like the building's basically getting vaporized.
Yeah, and like you can see the shockwave of it as it travels, and like people heard it over like in Cyprus, which is like I don't know, like 150 miles away at least, or 150 kilometers. So it was a sizable explosion, and as of right now, there's at least 100 deaths. There's a lot of people missing. A lot of the people that are missing probably died almost immediately after the explosion. In the immediate vicinity, they were probably vaporized, to be honest. And there's still plenty of people in the rubble that are probably stuck and need rescued. Everything. So it is a large humanitarian crisis that happened. And Lebanon is one of, I don't know, I think it's one of the poor countries in the area too. And this is being their capital and their port city. So that was a lot of like their trade, where they're going to get food and aid and everything. Now that's also destroyed and disabled, which is a pretty big problem for the area. And it is the capital city. So with 300,000 people now homeless, it's where will they go now?
But something about like the widespread like people filming it though. I mean, we got like a good photo, I guess, of like how like explosions.
Yeah, there was even a photo 12 minutes prior to the explosion where there were firefighters actually like trying to get into the building to like stop the fireworks or whatever caused it. And there's views from all angles. There's views from buildings in the area. There's views from cars. There's even a view from a jet ski that was out in the ocean or the sea when it happened. So it's just interesting that like things like this have happened before, maybe not to this scale, but like now in the modern day that this technology, we're able to view it from so many different angles all in like the same time.
Because like most of the like stuff we have of like atomic explosions and like giant explosions is just really stuff from like the 50s and stuff when we were doing tests, because most of the modern stuff is classified and stuff.
Yeah.
Still, but I mean, it's a bad tragedy, but it like the science part of me is kind of like, you know,
Bill Nye.
yeah, Bill Nye. My Bill Nye side is like kind of like excited that we have this. That's probably not the right word to use, but it's like we have the footage of all these angles of like the explosion that happened.
Well, you think it is interesting because it did like literally blow a hole into the earth.
Yeah.
Like you can see before and after images where there's just like this crater that is now filled with water from where the warehouse used to be. And like that's just interesting that there was like the power within that like warehouse to actually cause that.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of people relate it to the Oklahoma City bombing, which is like the biggest explosion prior or something. But that was like a terrorist attack, though. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, how about a more vibrant and interesting topic? Not scratch that. How about a more cheerful topic now?
What topic do you have in mind?
I don't know.
I want to hear a cheerful topic.
A cheerful.
Cheerful topic.
Yeah.
Did you see the Donald Trump interview?
Oh,
That's pretty cheerful because you get to watch him struggle for 40 minutes.
What happened?
Basically, he got interviewed by some guy from Axios. I believe his last name was Swan. And basically, for 40 minutes, Donald Trump was like, he was getting interviewed, and he would ask him questions, and then Donald Trump would answer basically in incomprehensible sentences, and then he would just like ask like who, what, where, when, or why, and like Donald Trump had like no answer. And it was just really interesting.
I'm pretty sure at one point he was like, "What about the deaths of all these people from the coronavirus?" And he said, "It is what it is."
He did say it is what it is.
So, I mean, why was he like that? Is it just for like play, or
Why was Donald Trump like that?
Yeah, well,
That's because that's how he is.
that's just how he is. I don't really follow a lot of politics, so like I'm not really.
That's how he is.
Okay.
He's on another plane of existence.
Okay.
But the interview, like, it just kind of highlights just how incompetent he is in dealing with the crisis, as well as just like being president in general. I remember there was he actually printed out some graphs to show him, like a little child.
I did see that segment.
Yeah, and he showed it to him, and he's like, "What is this?"
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they said something about like the testing was a problem, and he said, "Well, the books and the manuals like say like we can't do this." And he's like, "What books?" And he said, "Well, the manuals." And he's like, "What?" And it's just like he says things and he has nothing to back it up. So if you ask like him to clarify what he said, it just I don't even know how you explain it. Like you just have to watch it and see for yourself, because it is like
There is no explaining.
there is no explaining it really. It is just I don't know. It blew my mind. Not funny.
So, it's been 2 weeks and Rocket League is still not free to play.
Yeah, they said summer of 2020, and
That's-
it is currently summer.
Yeah, it's currently summer, and we have like probably September. So
Probably
Well,
September.
apart from the
months.
Rocket League conversation, we had a topic that we wanted to talk about specifically of a story that happened to you over the weekend that we would like to
Don't worry, we'll get to
address.
that.
yeah,
We'll get to that.
I felt like
I don't understand. I said it, so that means we got to talk about it. Let's talk
Okay.
about it.
No,
So-
here's the thing with Rocket League is that we did a 3v3 last night.
Yes, and we took a dome of
Yeah.
a loss.
Yeah.
So Chris and I.
they took
and-
a huge steamy dump on us.
Yeah, so Chris and I.
1
and-
to 16 was the
and
score.
one of the other Fizz kids, Andrew, who decides to be elsewhere in the country instead of here with us, we played against you two and one of your friends, Seth. And you thought
Annihilated.
Yeah.
Annihilated is the
Yeah.
term.
So this happened because good old Andre over here decided to post a Instagram post that said that they
Didn't know a caption. I literally asked Seth and Zach multiple times what the caption should be, and then they said something about Rocket League, so I was like, what the
They
hell,
said
I'll
they
go ahead and put that.
No, I thought
And
you
Logan
came
took it
with
as a
Rocket
challenge.
League.
they said they were the best 3v3.
We are the best Rocket League players.
They are not.
Yes.
We are.
Again,
Everything Logan is saying is just trying to manipulate you into thinking.
We beat them.
we're
We
the
beat
best
them.
players
There's
in our
no-
skill group.
We beat them.
What does that mean?
So like,
What's your skill group? Beginner?
probably like the lowest
Probably
one.
less than a beginner.
Yeah.
Toddler.
Yeah.
Toddler. So yeah.
Infant.
We should actually record a 3v3.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
I
cool.
think that'd be fun.
Really?
We
Cheer.
have something that can record Discord audio now.
I thought you guys were going to do
That would be a lot of fun.
Really?
Getting
Yeah,
our
we should have.
butts handed to us. That
Yeah, I
would
don't
be
know
fun.
why we did.
I was not.
I mean, we just gotta get audio situated because I mean, on Discord, I don't know if it's like mics or just Discord itself, but like I know a few people weren't like quiet and stuff.
Yeah, it's a problem.
We have something called Craig, which is a bot. It actually records, and there's something in the browser called NUE or something like that.
What?
And it will record each person on their own track, and then you can edit it later. And I can just download it straight off the website. So that'll help like tremendously.
So it's all recorded by your computer, or is it just
It's
like
all recorded by the bot and by the web app, and then you just
Okay.
download it in the raw form.
that's pretty neat.
That's
Yeah, it is
it's-
really
and
nice.
it's
pretty
all
pog.
free.
Because then if somebody's quiet, I can just... And it has Discord's processing, because that's really important for getting rid of background noise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's like a really big thing. that
because
I don't have to do.
they have like the experimental noise cancellation on their mics things now.
Something like that. And it'll record Discord and in the web app in case like one of them is better. So you'll have both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really good utility for recording.
So we should actually do that very soon.
Yeah.
Another
So we
thing
can
we
record
should,
that.
I mean, just like, I can't even think of the word right now. Yeah.
Well, we'll let you think.
Okay, let me think. A suggestion
Uh-huh.
is maybe we should have like a virtual FizCast. Okay, like a virtual meeting.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it's not going to be as like great.
It's like
a
a,
mixer and.
It's like a
He
conference.
just Chris did invest his money into it.
That's true.
I
So-
did.
But like,
Well, I mean, it depends. Like if somebody's gone or something.
I mean, you know, he's going to college away, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going an hour and a half away.
We could always just do this.
When are you going?
Create a virtual.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have a laptop with Logan's face on it, and then we'll just record.
Like a few episodes ago.
I'm here in spirit.
Yeah.
That episode never went live.
Well, we're all going to the same college. The same college, so we could be there. We could
Yeah,
be
we can
filming
actually
it.
record
there.
and put him on a laptop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just be a laptop. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And now what everyone's been waiting for is the personal anecdotes, starting with Zach's that happened
Yes.
at the mall.
Okay. No. Well, it was like
Yogo
It
shop.
was more like an outlet. Okay.
Okay, it was an outlet.
Actually, it was a
So-
yogurt parlor, frozen yogurt parlor.
Okay.
And so it was me, Seth, Andre, and his brother. And Andre and his brother went first. So his brother's like, I want a vanilla ice cream in a cup with whatever on it. And the lady's like,
Keep in mind that the cashier was
Okay,
decent
okay,
looking,
okay.
so there could have been a little bit of.
What does that have to do with it?
This
Because
entire
I am
story
on- okay,
is
okay.
basically Zach's inability to speak
communicate. Yes. So
That's what it is.
So they think that it's because I thought the woman was hot. She was okay.
Scale of 1 to 10.
She's probably watching.
Probably like a 6. Yeah. Hello.
I'm watching this right now.
He definitely.
She actually
Zach,
went
if you
out
if
there.
you evaluate that girl,
Zach
that
kid
was
at- where can I find
Okay.
him?
what was it, honest number, not a 6, not a
Well,
6.
I mean, it was like a 7, but now it went down to a 6 because of my order getting screwed up. So anyway, his brother ordered a vanilla, but she said the only thing they have is original, and I took it as the only flavor they have in stock is
she
original.
said she didn't say the only thing. Okay,
That's what I took it as.
Let him tell
Okay.
a story. Let
me tell the story.
I can critique it because I know actually what
Let him
happened.
tell the
When
story. Let him tell the story.
When Dimitri
Let him tell the story.
when
Let
Dimitri
him
asked about the original
tell
cup,
the story.
about the original flavor,
What is original?
she says it's not vanilla, it's called original.
What's the difference?
She said it
Okay,
was original. She didn't
okay.
say all we have
But
is
listen,
original.
all I took it as is that he asked about vanilla, and she said all we have is original.
She said our original, our vanilla is original.
Okay.
Is that exact words?
Well, that's my
Yes.
part. That's my part that I
Zach was
screwed up.
behind me, probably
Okay.
at least 4 steps back.
That's not 6 feet.
That's not 6 feet,
That's 4 steps.
but we were together as a group, so it's okay.
no.
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 4 large steps.
Just because you're in a group doesn't mean
That's
not
not.
letting me
That's
tell
not
the story.
important. So
I don't want to hear it.
I go up to order.
There's no social distancing, so I just want to hear.
All I heard was that they only had original. So I asked the cashier. I asked her, "Is original the only flavor you got?" And she says yes.
I don't
So
remember that question. Okay, I'll shut up.
I tell her, I'm like, "Hey, I want an original shake, and am I able to get caramel in it, like the caramel syrup?"
Caramel shell topping on the top.
Yeah, or the syrup, but yeah, caramel. So I asked her about if I can get the caramel topping, and she's like, "Yeah, I can add that to the top."
That's where it goes.
But I said shake, and Seth heard me say shake. So I pay. I pay for it, and she goes for a cup, like a bowl,
All right.
and puts soft serve in it, and then just pours the caramel topping on the top.
Okay, so
I mean,
let me explain.
Yeah, let you explain it.
Yogurt. The establishment that we went to was called Yogurt, and they basically only have yogurt cups like, for example, strawberry, blueberry. I think they literally had a coconut yogurt.
Coconut chocolate.
Coconut chocolate,
Lemon.
and like pomegranate and some other stuff. But their original flavor was like a vanilla-ish type of yogurt, and they only serve yogurt cups and smoothies.
But I said
So
shake.
Zach said shake, and she probably assumed that it either. I partly think it was also the girl's fault because he specifically said, "Can I have a shake?" When in reality, she handed him a kid-sized, keep in mind, kid-sized yogurt cup with caramel on top. And then I specifically asked him when I turned around because I had a topping of like M&Ms and something else on it, and I turned around and I was like, "Okay, this is pretty good to eat." And then I turned to him and I was like, "What's the matter?" And he's like,
I got my
shake.
He said, "No,
He was shaking from anger.
I
because this girl-
said, I wanted a shake. I wanted a shake."
Yeah, but he was angry. But I could totally see that because, I mean,
I
the
can
one
totally
thing.
see. Okay, in my mind, when you explain the scenario, I see Zach shuffling up to the counter and mumbling something. And
I did not
110%.
mumble. I did not mumble. I swear.
I would agree that the masks prevent
Yeah.
like audible speech in some instances, and there was already a cooler that was extremely loud in the
Yeah.
parlor.
So you're saying he could have
on top
spoke
of
up.
he could have mumbled, or he could have been talking lower to where the girl couldn't have heard him, or the girl would just.
But isn't that
completely-
on her to clarify?
Yeah, because Seth heard me. He was behind me. Okay.
Seth was behind you. She was over a counter in front of you.
Yeah, but he still heard me. But she
I
didn't.
don't. That's right.
So I said it loud. I said it loud.
clarify.
But she did not clarify.
I don't know.
So I get out.
Did you go up to her afterwards and be like, "Hey, this
No,
is wrong"?
No.
No, because I don't. So every
require
a lot of
This is why I said the girl was decent looking and it would distract. me
well,
from
a
actually going
lot
over.
of stuff happened that day. Okay, I'm not gonna say what. Cause,
What happened?
He just said he wasn't going to say it.
Okay, fine. Andre's brother was kind of being annoying to me.
My brother was picking on him the entire day. But
How
it was
old's
the
your
only
brother?
build up.
He's 12, and I also didn't get a lot.
So Zach's
So you got bullied by a 12-year-old.
I got-
So here's
and
my.
then he mumbles.
You ever see like
You got bullied by a 12-year-old and then got pissed off at a cashier because you didn't communicate with him.
And that was the build. A lot of stuff had happened that day.
you ever see
A lot
how
of the stuff is him getting beaten up by a 12-year-old.
you ever see how like a 7-year-old acts on like his mom when he's like wanting something. He's, like, hanging around
110%
and
Dimitri
stuff.
likes pissing off Zach.
He likes to piss me off. He does.
So
Have you
So-
just like been like he's 12?
He's 12, but he acts like he's 7 sometimes and likes to piss me off.
Have you ever just been like, this is a child? I shouldn't get mad.
Have you ever thought about it and just been like, wait a minute, hold up?
This is a child. I will not let
But,
him affect me
like-
this much.
I only got like 6 hours of sleep the night prior. Okay.
That's like below average, but it's not like
this still allows
And-
bodily. Okay.
Zach is literally
You can
shaking.
get 4 hours of sleep and not have a short temper.
it's a 12-year-old dog.
I don't know why. Something that day had my temper up.
Dimitri
okay.
actually talked to her beforehand, said, "Hey, just give this man a small fucking small vanilla."
You see this
right
kid-
now.
So
See this
all
guy?
everything that added
See
up
this asshole over here?
added up to me getting the cup,
Yeah.
Bully this
and I just got so mad I couldn't say a word to the cashier.
Did she see you shaking with rage?
No, because she was taking Seth's order.
Be like, this kid's literally about.
This
to
kid's
blow
about
up.
to blow up.
I was about to blow. So we go outside, and I just give my peace of mind to him and Seth.
Okay, instead of the person who could fix it.
Yeah.
So he turns around and basically he's like in front of us while we're trying to eat our yogurt, and he's just like in front of us, like I'm not saying
So
that
then,
like, that's annoying.
halfway through my rant, I see that Seth is eating a strawberry yogurt. So they had other flavors, even though the woman
Clarification
told me.
finally that Seth is actually able to order another flavor that's on the menu, and Zach literally has a fit because the girl apparently said that it was only original.
Maybe original is just blueberry or strawberry.
It wasn't.
I'm sorry.
The girl didn't clarify specifically that there was more flavors, I guess. I was just there and I was like, can I get whatever your vanilla is? And she's like, originals are vanilla. And he heard,
Original's the only
thing
flavor
got."
we have.
So what did you gain from this interaction? What's the moral?
The moral is
Speak up.
So basically, you
Speak up.
didn't hear her correctly, and then you get really mad when she didn't hear you correctly, and you're saying it's her fault.
it was both. I'm not admitting that it was only her fault though. It was both of our faults.
Literally shake.
If you had to 100% blame,
I blame
what percentage do you give
Dimitri.
yourself and what percentage do you give her?
I'll give her 60. I'll give myself 40. because I heard her wrong, but it's her job as a cashier to correct the customer.
To pull out the megaphone.
Granted, she looked like she was like a freshman in college and was already awkward to kind of be in a yogurt shop, because the minute that we got in there, she kind of got awkward with me, and she was like, "Yeah, vanilla was already."
Okay, Andre, calm down.
She's probably.
I'm just saying, like she was.
These
young,
little fuckers
I don't think
don't
she
know
was
how to
putting
talk.
that much effort into her job
Yeah.
to begin with. That's
Yeah.
why she didn't ask for
If
clarification.
you were working at this place, would you? If someone came in and started,
I mean, if I
mumbling?
didn't hear what they
First off,
if I
you're
didn't
not gonna see
properly
me
hear what
working at
they
a
said,
yogurt
I
shop.
probably would have asked.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you
I'm not beating up on the girl. I'm just saying, like, Zach probably said it in a mumble way, and she was like, "Okay, well, I'll give him the next best thing."
And then-
kids
said
come.
that like this isn't what I ordered.
I know, but I was just so mad.
Literally, she
I was
gives
also
it to you,
mad
and you
because
said, "Thank you."
someone said I forget
That means
who
you
it was.
actually looked at it, picked it up,
and you said,
thanks, and then looked at me and was like,
or better yet, you just looked pissed off and just grabbed it and left, and
Yeah.
still didn't tell her what was wrong.
Yeah, basically. But the cherry on top, though, is that they said that someone said that there was a Cold Stone Creamery there. And the whole time we were there, I was just looking forward to the Cold Stone Creamery.
it was me that said that there was a
And
Cold
then,
Stone
yeah, it
Creamery
was
there.
him. And then he goes, "Psych, there's actually just a yogurt place."
Well, I thought, because the last time I was there, I'm not almost 99% sure that there was a Cold Stone Creamery in that area. Like, I remember
In
eating
that
it.
area.
Yeah, in that area. I remember there being a Cold Stone Creamery, but apparently now it's just frozen yogurt.
You want
What
You want
even is the yogurt place?
It's like a fro. You've never had froyo? No. There's 3 different types of desserts that are like soft serve. It's custard, ice cream, and yogurt.
How
They're
do you
all
know that off the top of your head?
because I've eaten it all 3.
You don't know if there's more.
and sherbet.
I mean, there's
Sherbet.
also the what's it called? Yeah, sherbet, and then there's also crap. There in another country. There's a
Slushy.
specific ice cream.
What country?
Ice cream, soft serve.
In another country. What country?
Turkish
Ice cream.
Turkish delight
I don't
Turkish ice
understand.
cream.
and Dippin' Dots.
There's gelato.
But it's basically like ice cream.
Okay, but
It's either custard, froyo, or ice cream.
You probably need to talk into the mic too.
do you want to talk about
Custard, froyo, or ice cream.
Five Guys prior to this though? Okay, so
I want to. Can I talk?
do you want
he
you
just
want you want to
Zach
say?
walks into Five Guys and asks the guy,
The cashier.
"Are you all taking orders?"
If it makes you feel better, one time I went to Sonic and to like right when the quarantine started, and I drove up to the drive-thru, and it was where you pay, and I didn't even order, and I just like looked at him and was like, "Can I order here?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." So I just ordered that.
Okay, but here's the thing there. So we're
y'all ordering?
we're parked outside of Five Guys at the outlet. Okay.
And so you walk in and say,
So-
y'all open?"
Well, Andre's mom was like, "Andre,
Your
can
mom
you?"
was here.
Yeah. Andre's mom was like, "Can you?"
So she saw you raging.
No, she wasn't there.
Actually,
What?
yeah, she did take some of the wrath.
Did she just phase out of existence? And
No, she went and did her own thing while we walked
Yeah.
around the commons.
Oh, what'd she do?
Shopped.
Okay.
So we're in the car.
Yeah, very into detail. Like, well, what'd your mom do?
Well, I
And-
wonder if she came back and she had her own store. She's like, "I got robbed by like 3 guys or something."
No.
So we're in the car, and Andre's mom was like, "Yeah, can you see if we can eat inside or whatever?" So Andre's on his phone on like Google, and he's like, "Oh, it says you carry out only, and you have to order online." But on the store, there's a sign that said open. So
Usually they do have that.
they say, "Zach, go in and see if we can order there."
Zach, as the one who communicates the worst, please go in.
Exactly.
He's getting training. Don't even.
I'm still being trained, okay, after 18 years. So I go in, and that's when I asked him, like, "Can you order? Can I order here?" And the guy looked at me like I had 2 heads.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So you, I mean,
don't
you
think
made
that's a weird question to ask.
were you inside the building itself?
I was inside the building itself. I was
I
up at
think
the
you-
window where the guy had the
I don't think you would have made it that far if they weren't taking orders. To be honest with you,
homeboy was standing there in front of the.
So there was a
plexiglass.
cashier there.
There's a I asked the
standing
cashier.
there. There's a cashier standing there
orders.
at his post with it open,
Well,
and you said, "Hey,
I didn't
are
know
you
if that
guys
was-
doing your business?"
I didn't know if that's where you just picked up the stuff at, but no, where you picked up stuff was like on the other side.
Okay, so we do make fun of Zach, but there was one time where I tried ordering 2 donuts from a Dunkin' Donuts and got 2 dozen.
And you just let it happen.
Well, it was kind of like me and Kaylee watched her starting to put way more than 2 donuts into 2 huge boxes, and we just kind of said, I guess this is our life now.
You just took them. You just took.
Well, I mean, I don't know. 2 dozen. It's just kind of an upgrade.
Were they good?
Well, I mean, I guess I could buy 2 dozen.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were good. We
Nice.
brought them here, remember? We had them for a podcast.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
They were pretty good.
I think it was like 2
what'd you
months
ask?
ago. I went to
My memory had to be jogged. I'm sorry.
What?
like 2 months ago. I went to Firehouse Subs, and I didn't know if you could order inside. And so I did the same thing. I went up and asked, like, "Can I order in here?" Or no, I didn't ask. I just went up, and I was gonna order, and the dude was like, "We only do like call in."
Exactly.
He's like, "Did you call?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, you gotta go call." So I walked back to the door, and he's like, "No, I'm just kidding." I'm like, okay, cool.
That's a funny prank.
Yeah.
So basically, Zach and Cullen are getting bullied because
it's-
they're not confident enough to just order.
Like,
I just
cashiers.
don't have confidence. When I go in and like order something at like a store, all my confidence just drops down.
At a store.
So I went to.
You work in a grocery store.
I work at a grocery. Oh, listen to this. So we got backed up today. Like normally,
Oh,
like
here
there'll
we
be 3
go.
people per line.
Yeah.
I had a guy.
Just one.
Or no, I'm sorry. We had customers all the way to like half the end of like the 5th aisle from like the cash register. So, the cashier behind me is like 17, and she can't ring up beer. So she asked me, "Zach, can you come over and ring up beer?" I'm like, "Sure." So I rung up the guy's beer, and so first off, I mumbled, I guess. And I go, "What's your birthday, sir?" And he's,
Don't you have to ask for ID?
well, you have to ask for ID.
Go back. Delete.
You ask for ID if they don't look like over a certain age.
What if he was just a young 20-year-old? But like,
No,
he
this
was-
man was like 70.
What if he was 20?
I could tell he was 70.
Benjamin Button, brother. You don't
So-
know.
At that point, just give him the alcohol, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's
It's like I look like a 70-year-old.
so
You're telling me if I'm pulling up the Wyatts, you're the cashier I want.
no, I'll ask for your ID. So anyway, this guy's like reaching over the plexiglass to hear me, like
Reaching over? Does he hear out of his hand?
reaching his head over. I mean,
How long is his neck?
he had a pretty long neck. So he's like, "What's the birthday?" And I'm
He
like-
said that to you?
Or he said something. I'm like, "I need your birthday, sir."
He said something because Zach's also deaf.
So
We're learning.
You need to learn sign language.
I do, honestly. So this took like 5 minutes
Oh my god.
to get this guy's birthday. So after that, there's still like a line of like 80 people behind me. And the next woman comes up and she buys 2 cans of green beans. And is like,
You take her ID?
well, she's like, "I left my wallet at my car. I'm sorry to do this to you." And she just takes out like her coin purse and dumps a bunch of change in front of me. Like she counted it out and she's like, "Yeah, that's $4. So here I am, trembling because of all these people. And I'm having to count out $4 just to make sure she's okay. Right.
Was she right?
Yeah, she was right. I counted out and I'm like, "Yeah, that's $4. She goes, "Yeah, I know."
Wait, you were working the cash register?
Yeah, they made me work the cash register.
What do you usually
My
do?
entire life, I've never seen like a man work a cash register.
Well, that's kind of sad. Okay.
Worked it
Why?
before.
No, we're not talking about that, please.
What?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So
It took me like 2 minutes to count the change. And then
Wow.
she grabs the cans and doesn't even take the pennies. And then the next guy was like, "Yeah, you can keep the change," and give me like 40 cents. So I had to put it up.
nice.
Yeah.
I went to UDF like a week ago, and so I went in there and I was like, I haven't had ice cream in about forever. So I just went there to see, just like, I like UDF. So I went in there. There was 2 old women in front of me in line. So I was like, all right, this is going to be cool. So also I was wearing a mask because, I'm a law-abiding citizen. And I get up there and the worker that's working on the dip side, she just comes up and she's like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Well, can you just give me a second to look?" And she's like, "Yeah, take all the time you need." And I was like, "Okay, I will." So then I figured it out after about 10 seconds. And it's like, "Can I get 2 scoops of the cotton candy ice cream on a waffle cone?" She said, "Sure thing." So then she spends about 5 minutes getting the first scoop out. Probably the hardest thing I've ever seen on the planet is getting that cotton candy scoop out. She puts it into a waffle cone, and then this is where she actually went into another dimension. And I did not know what happened, but she took a second waffle cone. So like if we were to imagine this, she has a waffle cone with my scoop. Like here's this one, this one. So So yeah, this is the one.
This is dangerous territory.
No, don't worry. I'm not going to just smack them around. This one has my ice cream in it, and this one is empty. They're both waffle cones. Then she proceeds to just scrape it into my second one. She scrapes it into my second one, and it just starts shattering the waffle cone that was already into my ice cream. And then she starts picking it out. She's not wearing gloves, by the way. I don't know if that's important, but she was just picking it out with her bare hands. And then she's like, hey, there's some waffle cones stuck in here. Is that okay? I said, yep, that's great. So then she gets the second one on without incident. And then she's like, listen, I'm going to tell you like a little secret. Marshmallow goes great on this ice cream. Do you want to try it? Now, I don't know what was going through my head, but I thought it was going to be like actual marshmallows. So I was like, yeah, sure. Just throw marshmallows onto this ice cream with no like container to hold them anyways. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it. So then she gets out liquid marshmallow and she just pours it on top of the waffle cone, and it just starts, it's just a sea. It just starts dripping everywhere, just down it. And she holds it over like some canister for like 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm just staring at her, just watching it. And then like she kind of gets tired of like letting it drip. So then she starts smacking off the driplets with her finger. And then she just hands it to me without like any napkins or anything, and she's just like, have a good day. And I said, I'll try my best now. And so I'm sitting here with this thing dripping, and I'm like, oh, hopefully I can go buy this really quick so I can eat it. But then there's this old woman in front of me who has 3 separate orders, and she like doesn't even know where she is at the time. So she like takes about 3 minutes for each order. So this thing is starting to melt with this marshmallow dripping down my hand with no napkins. And so I'm just sitting here basically in hell while this woman is just taking her time. She gets up, literally, I was going to go around her to get to the register, and then she turns into the fastest person I've ever seen on this planet. And she literally sprints over to the register and gets it in front of me. And then she pulls out a coin purse and starts paying with change. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess this woman is just like my personal Satan. And so it's dripping down my hand at this point. Like, it's just dripping down my hand. It's dripping on their floor. So I'm like, maybe they should have like, I don't know, had a second cash register open, but whatever. She finally leaves, exits, and does whatever. I get up to the cash register, and the woman looks at me, and she's like, oh, you're dripping. And I said, I am. So then she slaps down 3 napkins because I was dripping on the, like, the...
register.
Yeah, I was dripping on the counter. And she, like, cleans it up, like, right in front of me. And she's like, you can use those 2 for yourself. And I said, thank you. And then she's like, hey, you know you can, like, eat it while you're paying. And I was like, I'm wearing a mask. I'm not taking it off. So it's just going to continue to drip. And then I pay, and then I leave. And then I eat it, and I'm not going to lie, the marshmallow is actually pretty good on the cotton candy ice cream. But it was probably the worst experience I've ever had at a UDF.
That's what I hate the most about UDF is buying the ice cream, and then you have to wait in line. And it's like dripping already. I'm like...
Yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention, while she poured the marshmallow stuff on there, her other coworker was like, why is it melting so fast? And she said, I put marshmallow on it. And he said, yeah, you're not supposed to do that with that cone. And then she's like, she just shrugged and gave it to me. So I was like, all right.
One thing that I will complain about UDF is the multiple times that I've also been there, they've handled the ice cream, and they do everything in their bare hands, and then they also do the same, like they do other tasks dealing with like money and stuff like that while they still have your ice cream in their hand.
Yep.
So it's like, why are they? I don't know. Well, they don't use gloves at all.
You think they would start using gloves now, but apparently not at this one. She was just bare fisting.
UDF has good ice cream, but the thing that sucks about UDF is that they're all in gas stations.
That's the best part.
Why would you put an ice cream place in a gas station?
You want gas and ice cream,
Because you want to put gasoline on your ice cream.
Because you have like the gasoline. The
gasoline has a lot of calories.
Because you have the gas station crowd. He's had it.
It's common knowledge.
I've had it.
Yeah,
a medium drink.
Speaking of gas with calories, have you heard about the guy who was like made like free gas from like corn or something, and then they like the government like eliminated him or something?
Eliminated him? What does that mean?
Beirut.
There was this dude who figured out that you can like make a gasoline engine with like water or like cornstarch or something.
Yeah.
And then he died like mysteriously in like a car crash.
Maybe it was from his gas.
No, like someone like no. Someone like crashed into him.
No.
Someone crashed into him. Did they die?
No.
Did they just like were they on
And
the
a lot of
scene?
people think it's like an assassination, from like the
I
gas.
think you could
company.
assassinate him a lot easier than just smashing your car into him and then running away.
I think. Yeah. I don't
Is this
know.
getting into the conspiracy theories?
Yes. Do you have a conspiracy to share?
Me personally, I don't know. I
No?
don't think so. I
Okay.
like the coronavirus ones because most of them are just dumb. And the 5G ones. Are little-
The COVID virus is 5G, and they're gonna get nanobots into your body and
oh yeah, there was
That's not a
one-
lie.
kill you.
There's
That's not a
one-
lie.
There's the
That's
Wayfair one.
That's not even a rightist or leftist lie. That's a fact.
What?
That the vaccine has nanobots in it.
No.
What are you?
No!
What
They
are
can't-
you talking
The
about?
needle is not the size of the nanobots. Like
What are you
nanobots
talking
What do you mean nanobots? There's not even a vaccine yet. How can it have nanobots in it?
Yeah, but that's what they're considering putting in it.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not taking the vaccine.
Why?
Hey,
I'm not taking the
the-
vaccine. I'm not taking the vaccine.
What are the nanobots going to do?
nanobytes?
What are they? What?
Alter DNA.
Nanobytes?
Nanobytes.
You're telling me
Yeah,
they're
eat them
putting,
so they're
Okay, I'm just saying.
they're putting zeros and ones into my
they,
bloodstream.
they said that the vaccine that they're trying to develop will also alter your DNA.
And do what?
No. No.
What is it going to do?
That's not how it
Alter
works.
your DNA. I don't
It
know in which way.
alters it puts it on an altar.
It's going to alter your DNA into what?
It will alter your DNA.
What are
That
the?
doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't have enough factual.
Who?
Yeah, that's right. You don't have any factual evidence.
Actually, I do have tons. I actually
Yo,
do have
this-
factual evidence about it. I know that.
Okay. What's your factual evidence?
This dope ass
I wanna know.
TikTok told me so. It's got to be true.
Dude,
No, it's there was a intelligent doctor that was talking about.
intelligent doctor?
Have you
I'm not taking
wait,
the vaccine.
wait,
Okay.
wait.
You all take the
All
vaccine,
right.
I'll
Talking.
No,
What's
no,
gonna happen?
no.
What's gonna happen?
because none of you are going to listen to my
it
opinions. So
Metal
I'm not
Gear?
no, I'm not saying it.
All I know
We're not
is
talking
that
about, I'm not talking.
See,
about
but that's the thing, though. How is an
What do you know,
opinion?
Zach?
I shouldn't have.
No,
that's
there's no. That can't be an
the
opinion.
evidence that I would try to provide you all, you would think is dumb. Like anything
I wonder why.
so far said, there's been like 4 times.
Okay,
involved
but
lab.
it's not an opinion to say that they're going to put nanobytes into the vaccine. It's either a fact
So-
or not real. It's not an opinion.
but that is true.
I don't know the correct.
Apparently they
Yeah,
are going
apparently.
to.
I don't know the correct
put
medical
some sort of
terminology of it.
nanobite-
Who is this
but-
intelligent doctor?
The nanobots are large enough that they cannot fit through the needle that the vaccine is
The
going to be
nano-
used.
Bro, they're just making a
Who
special
has
needle for it.
nanobots? Who has nanobots? Please.
Where
show
are all
me
these
the
nanobots
I-
coming from?
I've read something about, or I've heard something about how like they're actually like in use
The
somehow.
voices in your head.
yeah,
But, like,
yeah, the voices.
I'm not going to say another word about
No,
it.
tell me.
But, like,
tell me,
no,
Andrew.
I want to know your.
no.
I want to know what intelligent doctor was this.
No.
Okay, no. I'm thinking of microchips. Okay,
I actually forgot.
So-
I've seen multiple articles though.
I have heard about
I assume that
I've
a
heard about
microchip
them,
and then like the
But it
nanobots,
doesn't sound
you- like
it's real.
Was it like from a reputable source or was it from like libtardsgetdestroyed.com?
I mean, all I know is that like the thing that the needles that they use for microchips are like bigger than they use for like vaccines or something. So like, there's no way that like the microchip or the nanobot can fit through. I know, can fit through the.
It's 10:30.
It's almost 10:30.
10:30 a.m.
See, the problem I have.
Yeah, they cannot fit through the needle that's used for vaccines.
I feel like people just intrinsically trust doctors sometimes, and which is fine. You
But,
just have to look
yeah.
into it, like, because there's a doctor that's like, what was it? They said that the coronavirus is caused by like demons or something.
Can you get a doctorate in theology? Then I mean, I guess
they
they're
had
a
like
doctor.
they had they were like a medical doctor, but they just blamed it on like demons.
That's pretty fair.
I forget who it is. It's like a prominent person. But it's pretty great
Yeah.
I just
when they're like, yeah,
Just wanna know.
coronavirus is demons.
where did I wonder who thought up that the nanobytes were gonna alter my DNA? Like, are they like going in with their little grabby claws?
Apparently, there is some sort of like there's actually been like evidence shown that the vaccine is already being pushed,
Yeah.
and it's not being taken through the levels and the testing that it needs. They're just pushing it out.
That's
To who?
I mean, I'd assume they would.
What do you mean to who?
That's
To
who,
all
like,
of us.
crisis.
to whom I haven't gotten it.
Yeah, we had, like
To who? Who's getting this or this?
Whose DNA do they want to
vaccine
alter?
Everyone's.
Even their own?
For what reason?
Probably not.
To what end?
Because it's a scheme. Because we're all sheep.
To do what?
To scalp
To
Roblox.
vaccinate?
To scalp Roblox.
What do you mean? You all are asking me
Items.
questions you already know the answers to.
No, what is their end goal?
They're actually going to control us so they can scalp
I have
Roblox
nobody
items?
knows, but I mean, if there's been
Nobody knows.
if there's been studies and stuff proven and shown that there is a possibility, almost certain, that there will be an altercation of your DNA, nanobytes, and some other stuff, because the whole thing is being funded by Bill Gates. You all know that, right? The whole
It's
vaccine.
done that you don't agree with.
Microsoft.
Bill Gates
a lot of
worked
people have
to.
had problems with Bill
I'm
Gates.
a conservative. I'm a
Microsoft
conservative, so I'm gonna have
I mean,
conservative views.
Specifically,
All right.
what specifically has he done that is?
I mean,
that you
I'm
don't
not saying.
agree
I've
with?
just heard.
It's black and white.
Windows
saying he's
10s.
just a liberal.
Bill Gates.
So you don't like him because he's a liberal.
Yeah.
That's it.
And his liberal views.
I don't
Yes.
like. I
I'm
don't
a
like the
conservative.
X.
If
I don't like
we're
the
gonna fight
Xbox
out-
app on
this is-
Windows.
this
If I'm honest,
This is a podcast for
I don't like
gaming
the, I don't like
and
the
everything
Xbox
else.
app
Oh, so
on
you're a
Windows.
gamer.
We already meant to say.
That's all you had to say was that you're a
Bill
gamer.
Gates because he's a gamer.
Jeez.
Because
So-
I'm a
Specifically
gamer.
stated
My
that
bad.
we're going to introduce politics into this.
Well,
Okay. Well,
now I want to.
I kind of like.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious what he's done besides his politics.
He tried to
I
eliminate
guess.
malaria.
I mean, he was on
People-
Donald Trump's board at one point.
People
wasn't
think that he's for depopulation, and
Why?
that's what I've heard
a lot of people.
population?
A lot of people say that. though,
Because he says that overpopulation is a problem.
Yeah.
And so people take that as he wants to depopulate the earth, like he wants to just
With
kill off
nanobots?
people.
But
Nanobytes.
the way it
Yeah,
works though is
basically.
that
I've heard
when a
about the
species.
microchip. He wants,
Yeah.
What's a
which
nanobite?
I didn't actually
I'm
read
really
about
curious
it.
what a nanobyte is, honestly.
Or a
'Cause a byte is
nanobot.
just like 8 bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a small robot. I
Two
assume.
nibbles make
like
a
the
byte.
size of like a microchip.
Are you talking about those little cockroach looking
robots.
robots that would just vibrate and move on the table?
Aren't
I'm
those
pretty sure
like-
they called those nanobytes.
The hex bugs.
Yeah, hex bugs.
Bro, I love
Injecting
hex
hex
bugs.
bugs into your DNA.
They're using hex bug technology.
Did any of y'all have like hex bugs?
No.
No.
Bro, hex bugs are amazing. Like,
If you
Really?
get the newest
Did you ever
vaccine, you'll get
inject
them
them?
free of charge.
do what?
That's why
You
it's
ever inject them to your
$2,000.
bloodstream?
No,
I
like
think
you
the
just have like
vaccine
these
will
like
cost money.
motors, like
Yeah,
vibrators
it costs
in
like
them.
$2,000, doesn't it? That's why it costs $2,000. All the hex bugs you're getting.
Hex bug nano.
I just don't understand what the point. Like,
To alter your DNA, bro.
why would they alter? What are they altering it to do? Are we going to become like superheroes?
It's gonna become DAN. You're gonna become Dan.
I mean,
What do you mean?
I'm not going to go into biblical stuff.
Please go into biblical stuff.
Okay,
What
so
are the nanobytes?
if you don't know,
mean
the Book of
biblically?
Revelations, which is like the end of the Bible, says basically that
Nanobytes are coming.
there's going to be like the Antichrist and everybody's going to have like a mark to survive on them. So, I mean, vaccine mark.
To survive the apocalypse, so the vaccine's a good thing.
Well, before the apocalypse, like,
You get marked and you survive.
yeah, and if you don't,
You
you
can't even
die.
look up this information on Google.
I wonder why.
Because
Because they're blocking it out. They're
it's,
silencing it.
It's just a theory, but like,
Google's blocking it.
I mean, Google does have the. I'm not believing any of this. I'm just like theorizing, but like, Google has the ability to block stuff.
Google,
Facebook has
YouTube
been
silences.
Bro,
Twitter literally
fuck
bans
Google.
a lot of conservative viewing people.
I mean,
What does-
isn't
For
there?
the fun of
Isn't
it.
it their-
Twitter does.
Isn't it their right as a company?
Yeah, but they're
Okay.
only banning that type.
Wait,
Yeah, isn't that their right as a company?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
that it's just proving that they're silencing.
I mean, there's other social media that's.
What do you mean? Who? I'm not an encyclopedia. I,
ju-
can't
just
pull it up. I just
Twitter?
know that exists. I know that premise exists.
just
Bro, he
like
knows.
whoever runs Twitter, I guess.
Yes, because they're liberal.
I know Facebook does it a lot too.
I mean, I know
Besides
Twitter
Marcus.
bans things that are like not true usually, right?
But did you know that
But-
on Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, there was a glitch that had ads supporting Trump that were shown much more often than ads supporting Biden?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to like wrap this up.
When you get home,
I'm just
Yeah.
curious. I just want to know.
His
about
spaghetti's
the
getting
nano-
cold.
My spaghetti is getting
I
cold,
want to
guys.
know more about the.
If you
hex
try to look it up,
bugs.
they're not.
The hex bugs?
Okay,
Okay, so
DuckDuckGo. You can't. You don't just have to Google it, dude.
so hex
You can
bugs
Bing
are
it.
use
these
something else.
little vibrating.
Don't use Bing, dude.
Toys.
That's Bill Gates.
Wouldn't he want you to know?
So like it's like a plastic shell and it has like rubber on it, so it makes it look like a bug. And then they have like these little like mini
vibration,
things
vibration.
that like plastic things that you can
Hold
like.
on.
What is happening?
You know how like ant farms and stuff
Talk
work?
about hex
Have you ever been
bugs.
to like the zoo?
We're still talking about hex bugs?
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
We're about to have them injected.
And you just put them in there and they just like run around like
My
actual
goodness.
bugs.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn this on and I want to look up.
At this point, couldn't you just get real bugs?
I mean, yeah, but you don't know what they're gonna do. Hex bugs are more like controllable.
How do you control them?
I want to look up.
They're not gonna bite you.
Nanobytes.
They might. How do you know?
I've never been
How do you know
bit
they
by
haven't
one.
been programmed by Bill Gates to fucking bite you and fill you with other hex bugs?
Oh, and then there's like the bigger ones that you can like control.
How big do they get?
The hex bugs.
Imagine if there's like a foot long hex bug.
There's hex bug nanos which are like this, and then like they have like the big toys like that, and it's like I remember I had one.
Do they climb up walls? I vaguely remember one of them climbing up walls.
Yeah. There was like one that was
Andre,
like
what's your
hex
Wi-Fi
bug
password?
magnetic or something.
Or what's your Wi-Fi?
What does it magnetize to in the wall?
I think it magnetizes to like it's not the wall. It's like something.
Well, how's it get up with the wall?
That's like a piece of plastic. It's like a magnet, I assume.
But the magnet has to be magnetized to something else.
Do you remember when Chris spilled something all over his computer?
I do remember that.
All right. Well,
You
peace
have to
out.
go, you have to go
Yeah,
get
I think,
spaghetti.
I think it's time we wrap up real
So,
here.
Okay.
I don't know how good your
real
editing
quick
skills are.
here.
But just edit
we
me out.
covered literally everything.
Just
the
do the-
explosion,
just do this stuff.
coronavirus,
And then, like, fade
Rocket
away.
League.
I found nanobytes on the Superman wiki.
Wait, can we do that?
Superman wiki.
You know that meme where the guy's like, peace
found-
out, and then
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
fades? Can we do that?
Yeah. Just do that.
Okay, just like,
My time is done.
wait,
Edit this part out where we're talking about doing it.
no, okay, just stay still. Us four stay still while Zach leaves. Out of the frame.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Watch out for the nanobytes. Yes.
Okay.
Is this gonna like stay in? Just keep it in.
Oh, you're supposed to stay the, oh gosh.
Are we done?
Oh. I'm Zach, and this is the FizCast. For me.
Where'd he go?
Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the FizCast, episode 2 of season 2. Episode 1 had a little bit of like a image,
Images
video
shoot, bad
quality is like down a little bit,
just
a little bit.
This
but
should
we're
be
working on that.
fixed.
This should
a little
be
bit
fixed.
better. I don't know how the audio is going to work. We still haven't got our stands in yet. I know I have mine ordered for sure. So you might still hear some handling like artifacts, but that should be handled by the next time we do one of these.
But we do have some exciting news. We're now officially on Spotify. You can search FizCast or FizKids. I think we'll lead you to it too.
If you haven't seen the teaser video, that's probably up by now about that.
Yeah, our announcement that we're on
yeah.
Spotify.
We are also, besides Spotify, we are also on pretty much every other podcast streaming platform besides Apple Podcasts. I don't think we've been approved for Apple Podcasts
You have
yet.
to have 3 up, and we're probably going to just submit the 3 first
We're
season
getting
2
there.
episodes.
Yeah, we're getting there. But that's all thanks to Anchor.fm. So free podcast hosting. And they just kind of distributed everything. So that was nice.
Yeah. You might even be listening to this on Spotify or Anchor.fm right now. 'Cause
Yes, you can
probably
also
have
listen on
links
Anchor.
in the video description below to all of those in case you want to listen to it twice or something. Or just like subscribe to it on whatever platform you use. So.
Yep.
Is there
So
anything else?
I think that's all. So that's the FizKid signing off. I'm Logan.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, just
Next
kidding.
time, we promise. Or I don't know if it'll be next time, but sometime in the next few podcasts, we'll talk about Kanye West. We didn't forget.
Don't worry,
We just
Kanye.
didn't get to it yet.
forget.
We didn't forget about
We
Ye
have to save. We have to have a good amount of time. Quality podcast.
because he's a quality man.
Yes.
So now it's FizKid signing off,
Signing off.
and I'm Logan.
I'm Cullen.
Chris.
He's Andre.
Peace out.
Fizz up.